court experts have sharply criticized former President Donald Trump over his recent spate of desperate court moves. In a report published on Thursday, April 11, 2024, Salon stated that Trump's tenacious attempts to postpone his trial over accusations of covering up a scandal before the 2016 election have been characterized as audacious but ultimately ineffective. In an attempt to postpone the trial, Trump's lawyers filed a last-minute civil lawsuit against presiding Judge Juan Merchan, according to the most recent development in his legal drama. But as the New York Times and Salon first reported, appeal court judge Ellen Jesmer swiftly denied Trump's motion, allowing the trial to go forward on Monday as planned. In an interview with Salon, Laurie Levinson, a professor at Loyola Law School, attacked Trump's strategies and called them increasingly desperate. Levinson said that Trump is fully aware of the inevitable conclusion despite his attempts. "I would say he does look increasingly desperate, but he knows he's going to lose," Levinson stated to Salon. Levinson speculated on Trump's intentions, saying he might be trying to fabricate a story to support his media and public opinion campaigns in which he is the victim of an unjust legal system. Levinson went on to say, "He's going to lose there, but he can take snippets out of this and use it for his media and the court of public opinion and to sort of set up an argument that it's been an unfair proceeding." Although Trump has a history of holding up court cases, this latest attempt to postpone the trial in Manhattan is a bold step forward, as reported by Salon and the New York Times. Professor of Political Science and Legal Studies at Hamline University David Schultz told Salon that Trump's desperation strategies might be motivated by his concern over how a conviction might affect his chances of winning the presidency in 2024. In addition, Schultz emphasized the unusualness of defendants filing appeals before to a trial, underscoring the seriousness of Trump's conduct. Schultz went on to criticize Trump's seeming impunity, implying that fines would be imposed for similar pointless motions from any other lawyer defending a different client. "Trump is getting away with an incredible amount because he's ex-president and he's wealthy," Schultz said. He said, "I think almost any other attorney representing almost any other client would be warned at this point against bringing any more frivolous motions and facing possible sanction." Known as an Article 78 procedure, which is normally used to challenge New York state agencies and judges, Trump filed his latest civil action against Judge Merchan on Wednesday with the goal of stopping the trial while the appeals court considers whether to remove Merchan. The legal team for Trump argues that there is a conflict of interest because Merchan's daughter works as a Democratic political advisor. Salon pointed out that specialists have already refuted this assertion, and Merchan has declined to step down, citing the earlier analysis of a judicial ethics body. Experts predict that Trump and his legal team will keep looking for ways to accomplish their goal, even after their two prior attempts to postpone the trial failed. Professor of Constitutional Law at George Washington University Catherine J. Ross cautioned against using any more unusual strategies, implying that Trump's team will try everything to postpone things. "It's hard to imagine what other far-fetched tactics they might try, but if they can find any claim that might be stretched to apply here, we can be sure they will use it," Ross stated to Salon. Additionally, on January 11, 2024, in New York City, former U.S. President Donald Trump is seated in the courtroom during his civil fraud trial at the New York Supreme Court. Former federal prosecutor Glenn Kirshner told MSNBC's Joy Reid on Friday that Donald Trump would soon come to the realization that all the strategies he has employed to stay in politics will not help him escape a criminal trial. This occurs in the midst of rumors that the associates of the previous president are worried about the former president's potential reaction when he confronts the witnesses during his trial. "Glenn, I'll give you the last word on this. How do you expect the prosecutor to handle this case?" inquired Reid. "Alvin Bragg, it's his biggest case. Here, he is the main attraction. How do you think he will respond? How do you think he will handle it?" "Oh, I expect we're going to see a very professional, very compelling presentation of the government's case in chief, the evidence the prosecution will introduce to try to prove the charges," Kirshner responded. "I wish there were cameras in that courtroom because we could sure benefit from seeing it ourselves. However, I don't think Donald Trump will ever comprehend or be grateful for the fact that he has been attempting this case in the court of public opinion, where there are no rules pertaining to evidence, law, or the Constitution," Kirshner went on. He won't be allowed to speak or do the things he has been saying and doing day in and day out to undermine our institutions of governance if this gets into a court of law proper. And if the laws, procedures, and facts are taken into consideration, I think he will be destroyed because the proof against him is strong and verifiable. He is heard on tape discussing how he participated in the dishonest plan to conceal and pay hush money. So I think the prosecution is up to the task of presenting the evidence professionally and in a compelling way, he stated. In his last rally before his trial on hush money charges began, former President Donald Trump, according to a report from WPTV on Sunday, April 14, 2024, launched a withering attack on New York prosecutors and the legal system. Trump used the Northeast Pennsylvania event as a platform to criticize the court proceedings, calling them a communist show trial designed to muzzle him. Speaking to an enthralled audience, Trump bemoaned the limitations imposed on him, saying, "I will have to sit completely mute. I'm not permitted to speak. My right to free speech under the Constitution is being threatened." Even though he was not allowed to address prospective witnesses or juries, Trump angrily attacked the prosecution and Judge Juan M. Merchan, calling the latter corrupt. In his vituperative speech, Trump presented himself as the victim of a party plot designed to obstruct his political aspirations. In addition to focusing on the legal case against him, Trump's speech touched on geopolitical issues, bringing up Israel's conflict with Iran. Redirecting the focus back to his own leadership, Trump made a suggestion that the event might not have happened had he been in office longer, highlighting his worries about potential dangers in the Middle East. The trial, which is scheduled to start in New York with jury selection, is a historic occasion for Trump since it will be his first criminal prosecution as a former president of the United States. Trump's political goals are uniquely challenged by the legal processes, since he is also starting a campaign to unseat President Joe Biden in the next election. For the former president, a complicated terrain of legal and political unrest has resulted from the collision of legal disputes and political aspirations. Trump is not letting the trial stop him from running for re-election, even in spite of its limitations. His presence at the Lehigh County Schnecksville Fire Hall demonstrated his commitment to interacting with supporters in critical swing states like Pennsylvania. The fact that a sizable throng attended the ceremony is a testament to the political intensity that continues to surround Trump's candidacy and the trial. Pennsylvania is a crucial battleground state that is strategically significant to both Trump and Biden in their race for the presidency. Trump's attempts to win Pennsylvania, a state he won in 2016 but lost to Biden in 2020, show how important it is that he reach out to people in important areas. The political climate in the state is a microcosm of the larger race, with both candidates stepping up their efforts to win over more voters. "We're going to win in the biggest landslide in history because we're the ones who are fighting to save our democracy and Joe Biden is a demented tyrant," was one of Trump's rally speeches that struck a chord with his followers. His portrayal of Biden as a danger to democracy highlights the growing hostilities between the two opposing political groups as they prepare for a bitter contest. A turbulent time lies ahead as Trump prepares for his trial and steps up his campaigning. This is because legal challenges and political goals are converging. Additionally, Trump is charged with fabricating corporation documents to conceal the type of payments made to his former attorney and fixer, Michael Cohen, who assisted Trump in suppressing unfavorable news during his 2016 campaign. One of Cohen's actions involved giving porn star Stormy Daniels $130,000 to disprove her claims that she had an adulterous relationship with Trump years prior. In response to 34 felony counts of falsifying business documents, Trump entered a not guilty plea last year. He has refuted reports that he had intercourse with Daniels. According to his attorneys, Cohen's payments were justified legal costs. In the event that he is found guilty on every charge, he might spend more than 10 years behind bars. However, a report from USA Today indicates that it is improbable. Rather, he would probably receive a term ranging from 4 years in prison to probation.